Normally, in Pokemon games, you have a team of 6 that you bring along everywhere, creating reliable strategies, winning battles, and strengthening bonds. I threw that all out the window. Instead, I wanted to create strategies on the fly, adapting to unforeseen situations, and use everything provided to me. I wanted to be Pokemon Platinum without ever using the same Pokemon. I woke up, got ready for the day, and saw the morning sun. Found my way to the tall grass and got offered my first ever partner Pokemon, Chimchar. During this first battle, let me give you a rundown of the rules. We won't be using any items in battle. We'll be level capped for each trainer, and after a Pokemon is used in a trainer battle, they can never be used in another trainer battle again. Just like Chimchar, right now. Obviously, the first question is, well, what now? No more Chimchar. Like I said, we can never use it in another trainer battle. So we can at least use Chimchar to help us get some new Pokemon for the upcoming Route 202. But if we run out of Pokemon for any reason, I'll have to start all over again. Entering Jubilife with only Shinx now, a problem comes up. Barry. His team has both Starly and Piplup, who both have access to Growl, lowering our attack stat and leaving Shinx in a terrible position. Thankfully, their movesets are actually their downfall. With neither Starly or Piplup knowing any flying type moves, I can grab a Bidoof from Route 204, spam Growth to raise special attack, and easily sweep Barry. After sneakily dodging all the trainers, no! I can safely make it to Orberg City. While in the mines looking for Roark, I found myself a Geodude. By teaching it Rock Smash and setting up on Roark's own Geodude, I was able to cleanly obtain the first gym badge with only using one Pokemon. Now, let's pause real quick to figure out how many Pokemon are actually available to use. For this challenge, we're only able to use Pokemon from Platinum, meaning no dongle Pokemon, no version exclusives, and no mythicals. That leaves us with a total of 191 Pokemon. And after the first gym, we've only used 6 of the allotted 191. With the spirits at an all-time high, I made it back to Route 204 to get to Floaroma Town. That was supposed to be the case, yet I was stopped in my tracks moments away from Floaroma by Twins Liv and Liz. Oh, well, I mean, it's the first double battle. It shouldn't be too hard. Wait. No. Liv and Liz were the first trainers to take out 5 of my Pokemon. At least things can't get any worse. Learning that some people from Team Galactic were causing a commotion, I barged my way into Valley Woodworks to face up against Mars, a Team Galactic commander. Thankfully, that Shinx from earlier evolved into Luxio, which allowed us to... Well, I mean, that's okay. I mean, we also have Zubat, who... With my plans backfiring, I sacrificed Cherubi to leash seed it, while Combi came out to tank the last hit. That's another 4 Pokemon down the drain. With spirits at an all-time low, I made it to Turner Forest, and the entire time, my experience went a little something like this. Don't kill. You're fuck! While in Eterna City, I had a few errands to run, like trade Weasel for Chatot, and find this little guy. After I finished my small checklist, I went straight for Gardenia. With my all-star team of flying types, the gym trainers, and even Gardenia herself, were no match, giving us the second gym badge, and finally, A fight that went according to plan. Can't say the same about this section, though. After dealing with Commander Jupiter in the Eterna building, don't look too much into that, we got a bike, an egg, and I set on Route 207. But we won't be going the normal way. It's just way too easy to accidentally run into trainers on Cycling Road. So instead, we go all the way back around to Orberg City. Before going any further, I found a secret entrance to Wayward Cave, which let me find Gible. During all of this, our egg hatched. I needed to use them earlier. Oh, Togepi! Speaking of baby Pokemon, I also met this weirdo who probably isn't important in the slightest. More importantly, I caught a Ralts. That's what we talking about, baby. Crits, that's nice. Actually, wait a second. I caught a Ralts. Now in Hardhome City, our next roadblock shows up. Fantina. Haunter was the lead to deal with Duskull, but he managed to live a Psybeam from his Magius? Oh, we lived! Haunter! Haunter! And even brought it down to half? Unfortunately for me, though, I calculated Gengar's speed wrong. Thankfully, Crobat was there as insurance to clean up the rest of her team. Hey, if you're liking the video so far, then make sure to subscribe. It really helps. Thanks! We have a terrifying battle next. Against Barry. Now, you might be confused about what makes him so scary. It's his team. Still, it doesn't really look too bad. But I'm not talking about the Pokemon themselves. I'm talking about the type variety. Ace Trainers, Barry, really anyone with a vast selection of types is awful for us. The more coverage they have, the less likely it is for us to get away with only losing one Pokemon. So we need to carefully look at his team and figure out the perfect set of Pokemon to deal with. Wait, let me see his team again? Do you see what I'm seeing? I have a Pokemon who might be able to... No. Who can perfectly counter his entire team. And I found him not too long ago in the old chateau. Rotom. With the help of Confuse Ray, I was able to set up Double Team and mow down his entire team with Shockwave and Uproar. Great work, little guy. Before leaving Hearthome, I also picked up the Gift Eevee, which is monumental. With this one Pokemon, I have access to another 7. Oh, he's such a good boy. All we need to do is breed him in... Oh no. Oh, I need a female. I mean, there's at least a silver lining. Our Chimchar was actually a female, so we can at least get the rest of the line. A few catches later, and we're already at Veilstone City, raring to challenge the gym. The plan revolves around Kirlia. Combine once or twice, then sweep everything in its path. Rose, I think I'll use Combine one more time. Don't get confused. Oh my god, wait, all he's gonna do is use Confusion. So I'm just gonna Calm Mind. Oh no, I just threw. That wasn't the plan! This one cocky decision ultimately ruined my chances of beating Maylene. She took out every good psychic Pokemon I had. What am I supposed to do now? Is there even a Pokemon that could follow in Rotom's imaginary footsteps? Be the perfect answer for this monster team? There wasn't. At least that's what I thought. Scyther was actually the missing piece to this puzzle. I was tunnel visioned into thinking that Psychic was the best type for this gym, when, in fact, it was actually flying. At level 21, Scyther learns Wing Attack. And with his insane speed and power, Mailing couldn't do anything to stop this beautiful bug. With 13 Pokemon physically lost, and 11 Pokemon unable to breed, that leaves us with a total of 24. After passing Valor Lakefront, I quickly made it to Pastoria City, the location of Crasher Wake. Before boldly running into the 5th gym, I needed ways to deal with water types. Up to this point, I haven't really had many. Thankfully, Pastoria City is also home to the Great Marsh. Once entering, I caught things like Tangela, Quagsire, and even a reset for some binocular Pokemon like Carnivine and Skorupi. After I was done there, I took a detour to the north entrance of Route 212 to access the Pokemon Mansion, where I could find Pikachu. And that's all we got for electric types. Oh my god! What are the chances that Pikachu's holding a light ball? Barry stopped us before entering the gym, but with the help of Pikachu and his light ball, and Lickitung at the end, he didn't give us much trouble. I wasn't having any trouble with the gym trainers either. Until Tuber Jackie and his Barbaro. Oh no. Alright, so that's my bad. I should have looked into Barbaro's special defense. After a quick brainstorming session, I was able to successfully make it to Crasher Wake. I was fully prepared. You see, Tangrowth was the star of the show. The plan was flawless. Growth twice to make our special attack insane, then sweep everything afterwards. The reason I needed to do this is because Floatzel had Ice Fang, and I wasn't risking a super effective move. We're gonna use Growth. Gyarados uses Bite. I flinched. Bite. The double flinch. And then either way, I'm gonna fully heal. That was a crit, come on. That's actually really bad. Live. Oh, please! Whoa! Are you kidding me? What are even the chances of that? It's back to the drawing board once again. But this time with no clear option. I can't just take an electric type because of Quagsire. I needed something that can learn a grass type move. Looking at this box, do you see the answer? If you guessed Clefairy, then you'd kinda be right. I've already used Clefairy before, but I've yet to use Clefable. It has the opportunity to learn both Thunder and Solar Beam through the Veilstone Department TMs. All we needed to do was get a Moonstone from Clefairy, which is a 5% chance. Bawling my eyes out. I just want a chicken sandwich. Oh, it had a Lepa Berry. Oh my god. You've got to be kidding me. 75 Clefairy later, and trust me, I checked! We finally have our Moonstone. With the moveset taught, and the addition of Luxray to swiftly take out Gyarados, are you kidding me? A crit and a flinch? Alright, no. Everything's okay. Everything's fine. That's why we have Clefable. Thunder just needs to hit. One good Solar Beam to Quagsire, and we did it! Crasher Wake was defeated. Oh my god, that was only Gym 5. We're now headed up to Celestic Town. Why? because Cynthia asked us to. I'm not telling her no. Once there, we enter the Celestic ruins to see some caveman paintings. Oh, and that guy from earlier, yeah, he's here. Supposedly his name's Cyrus, and he wants to make some perfect world or something. I wasn't really paying attention. What did catch my attention, however, is that he wanted to battle. With the help of Probo Pass, I was able to cleanly... Damn it! Welp, it's time for Byron, the 6th gym leader. And I'm done wiping on every important battle. That's why I chose the single most lethal Pokemon to go up against Byron's team. Quagsire! Quagsire was an unstoppable monster against Byron, not even losing half of its HP. And the whole time, he did it with a smile on his face. While with Professor Rowan and the others, we heard It seemed like Lake Valor got blown up, so it's up to us to stop Commander Jupiter. And after beating Commander Mars at Lake Verity, we head off to the last of the lakes, Lake Acuity, located at the far north of the region. To reach there, we need to climb our way through Mount Coronet, run through the preceding routes, oh, hi Rock Climb, and find our way to the base of Lake Acuity. Unfortunately for us, we can't just walk our way up there. We need to be able to actually use Rock Climb, which requires us to beat the 7th gym leader. Looking at the layout of this gym, it's actually possible to do it all without fighting a single trainer. So that's exactly what I did. With the way plowed, I was able to stand face to face with that girl. Magmortar was up! With a bulky exterior and insane special attack, he made quick work of her Pokemon. Not even the little bit of hail from Abomasnow was able to phase Magmortar. But that's when I remembered something. I have yet to mention this, but this is actually my first proper playthrough of any of the Sinnoh games. So it took me up until this moment to remember Candace's ace, Frostlass. Frostlass has the ability Snow Cloak, which, when in hail, boosts its evasion. No matter how much Magmortar tried, he couldn't hit Frostlass. With the hail up, it allowed Frostlass to double team, making it harder to hit, and made its strongest move, Blizzard, never miss. She sent me shivering to the Pokemon Center. This was bad. At this point in the challenge, we barely have any encounters left. Not to mention a very small amount of fire types to actually use. Either way though, fire type or not, there was no way that any fire type move was gonna hit Frostlass in the hail. But does it even need to? Looking through the boxes another time opened my eyes. Frostlass isn't a pure ice type. I grabbed my Houndour, made sure it was level 43 before evolving to secure Flamethrower early, and made my way back for a rematch. Everything was going just as smoothly as last time. Flamethrower was dominating. Abomasnow set up Hail, and out came Frostlass. Confident this time, Houndoom used Feint Attack. The answer was so simple. Frostlass is incredibly hard to hit. So why not just use a move that always does? With the help of a super effective move that never misses, Candace melted. I woke up, got ready for the day, and...
I'm I'm sick.
With no voice to speak of, I couldn't really stream the challenge as I was. So I did a little planning for the rest of the run. Returning with a voice, we climbed up to Lake Acuity to see Barry, crying in the snow because he lost. To the Galactic Building! Storage key get, Galactic Building entered, and a genius dodge of a double battle. Clearing the way to Cyrus was fairly easy. All that was left to do was head back to the Pokemon Center and grab Jolteon, our Cyrus counter. This is possibly one of the worst situations I've been in. I only have 2 Pokemon left I can use. While looking at her team, it's obvious that Medicham would obliterate. But I'm saving him for Saturn, because I really had nothing else that could deal with him. That means that I had to do this with Dusclops. And while Medicham would have obliterated them, it's safe to say that they're gonna obliterate me. Looking through all of my TMs, the only strategy I had was Rock Smash for Houndoom and Blizzard for Golbat. Golbat's up first. I missed the first Blizzard, but hit the second. When have you ever seen one of them recall a Pokemon? Crit. Rock Smash killed? For some reason, Dusclops was insanely strong. But Blizzard missed again. On again. Crit, please, please. Dusclops! Yes! 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 Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, you did it! You did it! Oh my god! Oh yeah, we were going to Cyrus. As mentioned before, here's Jolteon. I calculated this battle for probably upwards of an hour, and Jolteon was meant to handle this team, being faster and stronger to one-shot everything. Thunderbolt. Poison Fang, why is he faster? My calculation should have been right. You're now probably asking, what happened? Look, you probably didn't ask that, but I'm asking that. What the hell happened? Come to find out, Cyrus has perfect IVs. If you didn't already know, every Pokemon has 2 hidden stat categories, being EVs and IVs. EVs are like a skill you can train. The more you draw, the better you're gonna get at it. Alright, maybe I'm not the best example. So, by defeating specific Pokemon, you'll train specific stats. IVs are things that you're just born with, like height. You can't really do anything about how tall you'll be. Same applies to Pokemon. One Beedrill might have more HP than another, and not much can really be done about it. My calculations were assuming that his Pokemon were the weakest they could be, not the strongest. And because of that, he had to deal with Licky Licky. Ugh. After this battle, let's just say that I EV trained everybody. Medicham finally had his 5 seconds of fame, and then we went to Mount Coronet to put a stop to Cyrus. But we were a little too late. One jump scare later, and now there's a portal to another dimension sitting right in front of me. If it's not closed, the distortion will spread and Sinnoh and beyond. Our world will be destroyed. Are you ready to take chase of Cyrus? No, Up is down, left is right. The distortion world just doesn't make any sense. Still, we've come face to face with Cyrus for one final battle. Gallade goes out. He's supposed to be the saving grace, but Crobat outspeeds and uses Confuse Ray, sending me back to the real world. Back topside, I started forming a plan, but things just weren't complete. One more Pokemon was necessary to even have a chance of beating Cyrus, but there's nothing left to get. At least, almost nothing left to get. Rhyperior was poised to deal with the mass amount of flying types that Cyrus had on him. A few noble sacrifices were used to get some clean switches, and Snorlax was set to finish the job. After a few naps, Snorlax was able to give the finishing blow to Crobat, beating Cyrus once and for all. Let's go! A quick Giratina catch later, and now we're back in Sinnoh. Smash cut to Sunny Shore City, and it's time for the 8th and final gym badge. But before getting to Volkner, I had something I needed to do. Self-destruct, baby. I'm not taking it! I'm not doing it again! The strongest gym leader in Sinnoh, Volkner, went down in about 8 seconds. Nice job, Memo Squad. With a full badge case, there was only one more place standing in the way of me and the Elite Four. Victory Road. Thanks to that planning I did when I was sick, the final test was no different from Route 202. At long last, the Pokemon League. Barry showed up. However, unlike at the beginning, he's no longer terrifying. What was terrifying, though, was the Elite Four. 5 Pokemon battles in a row! I basically needed to use one Pokemon per fight. Throughout my entire journey, I've seen every Pokemon that there is to see. The 6 that are being brought stood out from the rest. Infernape, Gardevoir, Gyarados, Drapion, and Garchomp. Each and every one was designed for a specific purpose. Annihilate their chosen matchup. If they can't do it, then no one can. Aaron's up first. With his bug types, Infernape had mostly no trouble outspeeding and one-shotting. Until Drapion showed up. I wasn't going to be able to take this thing out cleanly. I needed to hit it twice, which means Drapion has the chance to hit me with an Aerial Ace. And a crit kills. And Infernape lives! Sealing the deal! Gardevoir stood up to deal with Bertha. With one calm mind up, Gardevoir took out everything with Magical Leaf and Grass Knot. Flint? Well, Flint, he got Gyarados. Lucian? Not the same story. You see, Drapion can't one-shot Gallade. Gallade can one-shot Drapion. You see how this doesn't work? That means I have to use Swords Dance at least twice to get the job done. Thankfully, Mr. Mime is the first Pokemon sent out. He has both Reflect and Light Screen, so he'll use both of those first before attacking. Oh, no, no, no! Do not paralyze me, please. This could be fatal. In these next few seconds, the run would be decided. If we get paralyzed, say bye-bye to outspeeding Gallade. Yes! 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 Whew. Not out of the woods just yet, though. Mr. Mime used Reflect, so all of our damage is basically cut in half. So, what's the plan? Stalling. Stalling's the plan. Bye-bye, Gallade. This is it. All of this time, all of this effort, it was all for this very moment. To stand face to face with the strongest of them all, Cynthia. It was Garchomp versus the world. Cynthia sent out Spiritomb, but that was the wrong play. With Spiritomb on the field, it allowed Garchomp to set up using Swords Dance. Garchomp quickly dealt with Spiritomb, and Cynthia already decided to send out her ace, her own Garchomp. It's all down to this battle of speed now. Scared me for a second. It said Garchomp. I knew I was faster, but just kill. Just kill. Just kill. Yes! 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 Your Garchomp's down! Cynthia had 4 Pokemon left. But taking out her Garchomp sent a message to the rest of her team. We're not gonna lose. We did it! Me and my 6 superstars were able to... Wait, 6? I only used 5. And Chimecho! Well, what was the point of having Chimecho in there? Give me 1 second. It's our victory chime, baby! Woo! After our final count, we used 19 Pokemon for this segment. And the total amount of Pokemon we used the entire run came out to 177. Cutting it a little close. And with that, I did it! I beat Pokemon Platinum without ever using the same Pokemon. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you haven't subscribed already, well, what are you doing? You gotta go do that. Oh, and a quick announcement. I'll be non-stop streaming Legends ZA until I get the Shiny Charm on the 16th of October. So if you're interested, then go check out my Twitch. I streamed this whole challenge there too, so you don't want to miss out on anything. Final thing from me, thanks again for watching. This video has taken so much time, and I'm really proud of how it turned out. So I really hope that you enjoyed it as well. Alright, I got nothing else, so I guess I'll see you guys for ZA. Bye!